there in a small town or just anywhere that might be feeling like they're different?
Yeah. Um, it was. I'm an older woman, and
Mm-hmm.
it was difficult back then because
Mm-hmm.
even the medical profession, and perhaps I could say particularly the medical profession, really was not very accepting. There was a tendency to pathologize, the tendency to say, well, there must be something wrong with you. If you're different, then that's an indication that there's something wrong with you. So we got to treat that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That made it difficult. It's different now. Things are changing. It's much
Mm-hmm.
easier. Society in general and the medical profession in particular is much more supportive.
Okay.
Okay, in those days, you pretty well had to work it out by yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you were looking for sisters. You were looking for role models, right?
Mm-hmm.
And hence Toronto. You know, people say, why is there so many queer people in Toronto, Carla? And I say, well,
Mm-hmm.
because there's so many queer people in Toronto, right? Because this is where we come. Because this is where we find community. This is where we find our own people. And we thrive in the company of community.
Mm-hmm. Now, in the LGBTQ pronoun community, I have to ask this question.
Of course you do.
What's your pronoun?
Now,
I've
she
learned
and
so
her.
much. Okay.
She and her.
She and her. Okay.
Yes.
Now, how do you feel about that whole identity thing when people are taking the pronouns she, her, they, us, we.
Yeah.
Um,
Personally, I feel I can respect that. I can respect how people feel about themselves. But I feel we have to be a little bit careful with that because if we divide this into too many little pieces, every time you do that, the box gets smaller, right?
Okay.
And the numbers get smaller. And united we stand, divided we fall, right? And our strength is in numbers. So if we start cutting people out, we may find ourselves standing there alone, and we don't want that, because, right? Never forget what you are, because society won't, and they'll use it against you.
That's very wise advice. Now, um, let's say in general, what is your day like? Just let's say Carla is walking down the street. What is people's reaction to you? Can they tell, or do you pass? What is it? The whole pass thing. What is it
Oh
that
yeah.
you need to pass?
That's another thing, and I'm not really big on that. Um, I pass as a trans woman. That's the identity I claim. I claim a trans woman. I'm not trying to be anything else. I'm not trying to take anybody's place. I'm not trying to occupy anybody's space. So as a trans woman, yes, I pass that, right? People, I get looks. I get looked at, right? And well, is that a man or is that a woman? No, I'm a trans woman. Thank you very much.
Now, now that you said that, now what kind of men are attracted that you are attracted to that you think are attracted to you? I mean, the tattoos and everything sort of
Yeah.
would either make you a dominatrix fetish. I mean, most men would look at you as though either you're a biker chick or you're into dominatrix, and the flaming red hair and the lips. I mean, these are all
Very provocative.
and sexy.
Yes.
So, what kind of men are you attracted to?
I have a very specific flavor. I like black men.
Oh, is that for a particular reason?
Yes, it is, because they're very smooth and they're very confident and they approach me.
Oh.
I have no time for a boy that's going to sit across the room and make faces and winking and blinking at me all night. I'm blind. I can't see that far.
Oh.
You got to come and talk to me, right? You got to come and talk to me. Yeah, flirt with me.
Now let's just talk a little bit. Now that you've opened that window, I'm going to go back because the hair and the tattoos. I think people want to know a little bit of the history of the tattoos and the hair. But I want to talk now that you said that you're attracted to black men. Now you know how hard. Now me being black, I know how hard it is for black men to come out and say that they're either gay or they're bi.
Yes.
they always want to put on this face like they're men. Now, not necessarily that you have to tell us straight out. I mean, it'd be a good idea, but when it comes to the sex, are they tops, or are they just, or they're bottoms?
No,
or
no. I'm the bottom.
Okay.
I the bottom, baby.
So you need a man.
Yo, you got it.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's all I wanted to say, because some black men, if you ask them about the what do they call that, pegging? If you ask them about the pegging, they'll say, "Oh, no, I'm strictly the top. I'm the man here, and no, I don't do any of that back door stuff. I'm gonna do it to you because I'm still the man."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, how do they treat you after
Very
the
well.
sex?
Very well. Yes. They treat me very well. Very romantic. It's very loving. It's very yeah.
Let's get back to the tattoos. When you what was your first tattoo?
My first tattoo was this one. This was done in 1979 by Beachcombers on Queen Street West. Yes.
And was that a rebellious tattoo, or was that acting out, or was that just something you felt you needed to do?
Yep, this was my armor. Right? Because back in the day, everybody's inked now. I mean, it's very fashionable, and you'll see young women do it with all kinds of tattoos. But back in the day, if you were tattooed, you were either a criminal or you were a biker.
Oh yeah.
In either case, you were dangerous, right? Okay, so I'm not very big, right? And in my early 20s, I was not a very imposing figure. So I needed something, right? I need armor. I need some kind of defense, right? So that was the ink, right? It's stay away from me because I can hurt you.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, now it's considered fashion.
Oh yes, yeah. It's like doing your eyes.
Yeah, right. It's no big deal. How do you feel being a woman now that you've chosen? This is who you are. This is who Karla is. How do you feel now that you've made the decision to live your life this way and accept the challenges of being you? How do you feel about?
I feel so fulfilled. I feel home. I feel at home in my life and in my body for the first time ever.
Okay.
I mean, I look in the mirror and I love myself. Right? I say, "Oh, look, there you are again. It's a new day, girl. Come on." You know what I mean? Right? But that wasn't always the way. I used to look in the mirror and I used to hate myself. Self-loathing, and I can't stand myself, and I don't think I can live in this world another day. That's all gone. That's all gone.
So I hear you are actually going to do something that's going to make Karla feel special and make you feel like you need to do what you plan on doing. I hear you're going to do some surgery.
Yes, I am. This is my 10th year of transition, and I've been saving my loonies and toonies, and I've done my best, and I've accumulated a fair little sum, and this year I'm going to get full facial feminization, and I'm also going to get
implants.
invest in some tatas.
Oh, wonderful! Well, a girl's got to have the tatas.
Oh, yeah.
We got to have the money
You got to
makers.
fill out the dress, right?
Oh. That's very good. I have to use that in my show. Thank you. You don't mind if I steal that joke, do you?
Honey, you help yourself.
Now, it's great to see that you are actually happy now and things are going in a positive direction for you. I mean, because a lot of the times we face so much adversity and trouble from a lot of different groups and different people, and just every day, sometimes even your own friends.
Yes.
Now,
people are a little too quick, and then they see us sometimes and they think, well, they got to be mentally ill. They got to be desperately unhappy. They're depressed. They're drug addicted. They're alcoholic, right? They're promiscuous. This is all because they're unhappy. Well, they may, there may be those among us who are unhappy, but I'm not.
So, have you ever went to support groups to help you deal with the transitioning period?
Yes. Yes, and I found that a real positive experience,
Mm-hmm.
and it made a huge difference.
Now, what did your family think? Like, what did your family think? You say you
My
have
father
two sisters.
disowned me.
Okay.
He didn't think too much of that at all.
Mm-hmm.
My mama was very supportive, but then my mama was very supportive all my life. No matter what I did, she was always there for me.
You know, that's a really important thing.
Yes.
I tell people all the time. My mother used to tell me before she died. She used to tell me this forever, that I am a